Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater Soundcheck. This time out, a stereo modulation effects plug-in and hardware controller. Let's get started. Today we're checking out the TC1210, a stereo spatial expander and chorus flanger from TC Electronic. The TC1210 consists of a plug-in that runs inside your DAW, as well as a hardware controller that lets you get hands-on with the parameter control. This makes for a great combination because you can really get hands-on creating the effects that you want, and you aren't tied to just what's happening on the screen. The TC1210 is based on the original analog 1210 spatial expander and chorus flanger from TC. Now, this is a single rack space analog processor, and it had some unique features, including the fact that it actually had two effects engines inside that single box. This allowed you to create some dramatic modulation effects, as well as incredible spatial effects. It was used a lot in the 80s on guitars and other instruments as well, and now you can run it inside your DAW, and you can load as many instances as you want. So you can apply it to guitars, to vocals even, to drums, any source that you want. You can use this for stereo widening or to add modulation. As with all the plugins and hardware controllers in this series from TC Electronic, the plugin features the parameters that you're only going to adjust basically once at the beginning of a session. You're not going to access those very often. Those include things like input level, output level, muting the direct signal so you're only getting the process signal, analog warmth, and you can also invert the flanger feedback on both channels, so the left and the right engine can be accessed independently. You can also see what preset you're using here on the plugin. But to adjust parameters, you're going to want to go to the hardware controller. At the top, we have input and output meters. And then we can adjust our modulation effects here. We have 4 different types: chorus, X vibrato, flanger, and X flanger. Speed control, depth control, delay control, which typically isn't available on most chorus effects, as well as an intensity. Now, depending on the effect, that intensity control will change what it's doing. It may do a wet-dry mix. It may be adding more feedback, so it depends on the effect that you're running. At the bottom, we can select our presets, and we can also adjust the stereo spread here. We can bypass and we can access left and right channel crossfeed, as well as the shape of the modulating waveform. So let's listen to some of the presets and hear what this plugin can do. I've loaded up a piano. It's just going to play a basic chord, and we'll hear the effect of running through the 1210 processor. As you can hear, the 1210 is a very versatile modulation effects processor, and of course it adds that stereo spatial processing as well. Really useful whether you're working with piano, guitar, strings, even vocals and drums. You'll find a lot of use for this in your mixes. Thanks for taking a look at the TC1210 spatial expander with me. As with all the plugins in this series from TC, the plugin and the hardware controller work together seamlessly. They give you hands-on control, plus you can see exactly what's happening on the screen, and they add a lot of versatility for processing your tracks. I'm Mitch Gallagher. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater Soundcheck.